Hello everyone, it's Jira Bro back with another video. Happy New Year everyone, happy holidays. I wish you the very best in 2024 and let's keep this channel going. Alright, today's video is going to be about the Postman again, but this time it's going to be about the creating the issues within Postman. Now, as a reference, you want to be using the Atlassian's website for this reference, and you want to be navigating to the issues section and this post method of creating the issues. So if you remember correctly, within the API, we have the four important methods, which are the get, post, put, and delete. Post is actually the method when you're creating something, creating a project, creating an issue. You can also have bulk creating the issues. You also have the change logs by the ID. So you have all of these interesting things with the APIs that you can do. Now, as you can see from here, this is the body data. If you remember correctly, the thing is, with the APIs, what we actually need is a body where we actually put some of the data within it. And this data is the JSON data. Now, in here, you're going to see a lot of stuff. And this might confuse you really quickly. So if you would do something like this, I can guarantee you that there will be some of the errors that would be occurring. So I made it much simpler. What do you actually need to have within your issue? Of course, you can add some other attributes if you want. But this is something that is basic, and this is something that will speed up the creation of your issue using the API. Alright, the first things first. I define the issue type and the ID of an issue type. The question is now, how do you get an ID of a issue? So, you're going to go for your cog and you're going to go for issues. Now, if you go for the issues, the very first thing that you will encounter, of course, is going to be the issue types. As you can see in here, I have some additional issue types that I actually have added. But let's say, for example, I want to create a task here. So, I'm going to be going for a task right here. And what I will be doing is I will be selecting the edit option. Now, if you go to your URL, you're going to see this ID right here. So this is the ID of an issue type of a task. I'm going to copy this. And in here, we're going to paste it inside these semicolons. So we defined this first thing. You can also go for the labels. Labels are actually pretty useful because you want to make issue creation easier for the team. But from the perspective of Jira admin is there to add label if it's necessary. That's it. And the one thing that could be actually useful is when they're creating a test issue, they can try out the label and they can see how it works. So I added a label here, API. The thing is, when you add some of the labels that are not existing, Jira automatically creates that label as a new one. The same thing will go for the Postman. Alright, and then you have the ID of the priorities. Then the question is where you can find this. So if you scroll down a bit within issue attributes, you're gonna see priorities. Alright, and when you see the priorities, click on it. Now we're gonna see the priorities that actually do matter. In a minute. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry for the delay that I had. So when you click on priorities, you're gonna have some basic ones that are defining here. So I want this to be, let's say, I'm gonna call this for a medium one. Actually, this is the default one that you create. And as you can see, here's the ID of the priority. It's number 3. So I'm gonna say number 3. The next thing that is important within this body for the API is going to be your project ID. I'm going to show you how you're going to get your project ID as well. So we're going to go back to our project. We're going to go for the project settings. And here's our ID. Alright, so the PID or the project ID is showing actually in here. This is pretty great. The another thing that is going to be important, by the default, the person who is actually creating the issue is automatically the reporter. So what this actually means is when, of course, when that person is creating, they're the reporter. And each reporter has their own ID as well. I'm going to show you how you can actually see your own ID, because in here, you're the one who's going to be the reporter, or someone else is going to be the reporter. So to see your ID, you're going to click on your profile and settings. You're going to choose the profile, and this is your ID. All right. So you're just going to paste it right here. And another thing that is important to have is summary, because usually the summary is going to be a mandatory field that needs to be filled out. All right, so if I go and click on send, so it's saying now sending the request. And as you can see right here, it created the issue under this number and under this issue key. And if I check it out and go back, you're gonna see this is going to be our result, and this is what is it saying. So the Postman, I didn't add any of the description, and for the reporter, it's actually Jira or myself. You have the labels added, and also you have the medium priority added. Now, I will add this whole JSON into my description, so you can use this for yourself and try it out. And of course, let me repeat from the previous video when we were creating the project, you need to do the authorization. So it's really important to do the authorization part. How you do that? You actually input your username, and when you input your username, you also need to generate your API token. When you go to your settings and when you go to the security option, and then you click on create the API token, and in there what's really important is to copy your API key. Don't give this to anyone, because this is your unique API key. You put that in Postman, and of course, you click on this save button right here. When you click on it, it will actually save the changes and you can do everything else. All right, guys. This is it for this video. I wish you very best in this year, and let's just rock this year. See you guys in the next video. Bye.